In the Senzo Meyiwa case, have you ever heard people saying, what we are watching here is a movie, right? So a lot of people have never understood the concept of this being a movie, what it means, the implication, and what it also means to you, right? Today, I'm about to unpack this. So every time you see something written episode, episode 1, 2, you must know that's a series, right? You must know that you are to expect episode after episode along the same line. In this one, I want to look at this and I thought to myself, wait a minute. There's something that a lot of us are not paying attention to. And this is to say, right, if this is a movie, there must be characters in the movie, right? One of the prominent characters that is often seen in the movie is a protagonist. A protagonist is a person who is a lead character, who is in the language as a kasi, we call them steering, right? And then there must be an antagonist, right? An antagonist is this character that is against the steering, which is often in a local language, you often refer to them as bosses. Then there must be the third one, right? There must be a love interest, right? A love interest can also be interpreted differently, but it means the same thing. A love interest is how the story originate, right? Or the center of the story. Look, for instance, in a movie where John Cena is starring, right? What you see is that the antagonist, being the boss, comes and deals with John Cena to a point that he captures the wife of John Cena, right? So the reaction from John Cena is prompted by the fact that the wife has been captured. Now he reacts in trying to rescue the wife. So now the wife becomes the life interest. In other words, the story of us, or the movie that we are now watching of John Cena, it says to us it originated, or the actions of John Cena in that movie, it is prompted by the storyline being the fact that his wife is captured. Now he's in the mission to rescue his wife. Now I've just tried to summarize a movie language in a manner that you can understand. So if the Senzo Meyiwa case is a movie, then we must find something in the movie and unpack it in a manner that we can understand. But there's no better way for you to understand this movie except we understand the responsibilities of people in this, then ultimately we'll understand. We need to understand the role of Kelly Komalo, the role of Brigadier Keninda and the crew, the role of Baloyi, the role of the judge, the role of the defense, you know what I'm saying? The accused. What are they trying to do? Who wrote these? What are they trying to achieve in this? Right? It's a very interesting episode that I'm hoping by the end of the episode you would have enjoyed it. So, before we dive deep into this episode, there's one thing that I do enjoy is this one. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Having said that, now let's first understand departments, right? You've got the South African Police Service, you've got the NPA, you've got the NDPP, you've got you've got the judicials, you've got the defense, you've got the accused, you've got the accused, and then let's leave the other ones, right? In this one, if in court, mind you, please understand this from this perspective, right? please understand this perspective. We are following the script writers here. We're trying to find out, we're trying to understand how they come up with the movie. How we're getting into their mind, trying to see how they think. With that being said, if you are accused, say for instance, if there's a quarrel between me and you, be it is on the basis that you stole my car, right? Whatever the allegation may be, but there's a quarrel between me and you. Which department among all the departments, the correctional service, the correctional service, the police, the NPA, the NDPP, the judicial, which one stands a chance to build a case for you? Which one? Among all these ones, which one? Do you notice that all the other departments will be involved as a result of one department called the police? So that means if there is a person who wrote this, that person must be coming from which department? Because this department is responsible in gathering information, right? And then they gather information, and the NPA will look at the information through the prosecutor and be like, this information can stand before a judge. If it will not stand before a judge, they would be like, no, reject this information. It will not stand before court. You know what I'm saying? So, the people that are supposed to write this is the police, right? So if you want to find the script writer cannot come somewhere else except from the police, right? We will also try to think why. Number two, the NPA is more, it acts more like a supervisor in a way, because it has got the role of checking the docket and tell you whether the docket will stand in court or not. In this context, Advocate Baloyi goes there, and there is a docket that is allegedly been concocted or cooked. Let's use this word. There's a docket that is docket 636, which is being cooked allegedly, right? Now, this docket, despite the fact that it has been cooked, it can never stand before court, right? Except Advocate Baloyi, looking at this docket, will tell the cookers of the docket that, you know what? Add this element, because he works in court. He understands the requirement of a docket to stand before court. Do you see now? But then let's go back now. We focus now. We zoom into this police, right? And by police, please don't get offended if you are a police watching this video, because we are aware that there are two groups in this one. There are there's a good cop. There are good cops. There are bad cops. So we are looking into this from a bad cop perspective. Don't get offended if you are a police doing the right thing, where you are not included. Now, these ones, then the question is, if they cook a docket, then these are the elements that they will have to do. Number one, they will have to create a story, right? So how are they going to create a story, right? Chances are the story of the intruders was advised by the police to say, let's say there are intruders. Why? Because already there is an allegation that, right, only one bullet was found. One certain police arrived. Then there was a certain bullet that suddenly was discovered, right? Do you understand that? Number two, how do you build the story? This is getting so interesting. How do you build the story then? Because you must build a story and make it sound good to other people. So they first they gave us a narrative. A narrative was that two intruders stormed into that house, right? And then the then MEC of Safety and Development in Gauteng even said, right, these people had came to target Kelly Khumalo. So Kelly Khumalo was the target, right? So what they are doing, they are creating, the love interest here is now Kelly Khumalo. So they are saying she's a victim in this thing, right? She's a victim. These people came into that house looking for her, right? But Senzo Meyiwa, prompted by love, protected Kelly Khumalo. That's the story that they first created, right? So they created that alibi that says, so in that alibi, Kelly Khumalo cannot be Kelly Khumalo cannot be an offender. She can only be a victim in that story. Why do you create such a story? It's a topic for another day. Remember, this is a series. But now you get to understand, okay, Kelly Khumalo says the same thing. It was in a robbery gone wrong. Zandi Khumalo was a robbery gone wrong. Tumelo a robbery gone wrong. Togo a robbery gone wrong. Longo Twala a robbery gone wrong. Makhumalo, we have never had anything from her. Okay? That's the story. Ne? We are arguing that story. Under case 36, a robbery gone wrong. Under scrutiny, now you will remember, if the state had finished their investigation, the information that we are now discussing should be the same information that was given to the previous lawyers. But the advocate, therefore, and Attorney Tobane says, we have never received most of the information that is being discussed now. In other words, the story changed from intruders to hitmen. Once they saw the version of intruders being tested in court, and they realized that, no, man, we wrote this, right? But it's not working. So since this is not working, let's now start drifting slowly now towards a hit. Now, under case 36, they start by arguing a robbery gone wrong, but they present facts of a hit. And then Advocate Mgomezulu says, no. Here we are told it was a robbery gone wrong, but we are arguing a hit. It doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, before Judge Ratamo Khwahleng, it makes sense. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. Because I don't know. So what we are saying is, whatever we are arguing in court, the writer is from the SAPS. The script director, everybody, is from the SAPS, right? So if we are saying there is no case before the accused, we are simply saying police concocted this case, created a case. That's exactly what we are simply saying. The question is, what's the motive that drives them to create this type of a case? What is the motive, right? Why are we arguing two concepts, right? Right there, it tells us that, number one, there is a deliberate attempt, there's a deliberate attempt, and people are very intentional about it to make sure that the Meyiwa family doesn't get justice. That's what we are seeing in the Meyiwa case. We are seeing a deliberate effort, a deliberate attempt to make sure. So when you see the Meyiwa family getting frustrated saying that we will never get justice, they are not lying. You must read between the line here. They're not lying. They're actually telling the truth that we will never get justice. They were angry not long ago. They are not lying. They are telling the truth. So if the story is created here, we must find people that will agree with the story. Advocate Malloy allegedly gets in. There's an allegation of people bribed to agree that, I'm not going to name them right for now. There's an allegation of people being bribed to come and convict the accused. And that allegation, if you look at where I'm coming from, and I'm still going far with this, because this episode, in this series, we are going to look at the role of police trying to prove a case that doesn't exist. We are going to follow them and make sure that we journey with them as they try to prove this non-existent case of Senzo Meyiwa. We all can see that this evidence has been manufactured. How do we say that evidence has been manufactured? Police here, I made a perfect illustration that Kelly Khumalo is not just a witness, but she is a witness. So I'm not going to go back to that one. If this was a pursuit of justice, and I witnessed, not heard, but witnessed a gunshot, a person getting killed in my presence, But police who are supposed to pursue justice for the deceased do not call me, but only call people who had. Are you telling me that we are in pursuit of justice or we are in pursuit of cover-ups? Why, if the police are in pursuit of justice, why are they not keen? Why are they not keen to call eyewitnesses in the form of Kelly Komalo and her mom? If this is the pursuit of justice, then the two will be called to come and give account over what. Because if you're listening to everybody that was in that house, Longatwala ran away. So in other words, he excuses himself from the crime scene. He doesn't know how Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Zande Khumalo, she doesn't know how Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Dumelo, he doesn't know how Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Mtogo, he doesn't know how Senzo Meyiwa was killed. All these people, they take two people and place them to that moment and indirectly say, if you want a description